I was angry. I quarreled. He stood downstairs all night. I'm being unreasonable. He coaxed me into the early morning. I thought he would never leave. Graduation year. I break up. I just want him to coax me again. He didn't. My name is Lindman. My story with him began in freshman military training. Hot sun sweat. And a face that I can't forget once I look at it. He calls different classes on weekends, but I can't stand fate. At that time I was more courageous than the sky. If you like it, no ambiguity. I asked my roommate for his contact information. I tease him every day without words. We talked for 2 weeks, and one night, he suddenly texted me asking me, "Do you have brown sugar? My stomach is not feeling well." A big boy wants brown sugar. And it didn't surprise me at all. I bounced out of bed, rummaging through the closet for the unopened bag of brown sugar. Under the gaze of the dormitory ant who wants to kill people, I trotted all the way to him. 2 weeks later, he confessed to me, "We are together." Not long together, a senior suddenly added me as a friend. Her first sentence is that you are a weekend girlfriend. But her second sentence blinded me directly. Didn't she say she was single? He even sent me brown sugar water a few days ago. Why are you talking? I jumped right up. It turns out that the brown sugar water is for the senior sister. I just happened to be the free errand runner. I took the chat record to confront him. Staring at the screen on weekends, the hand subconsciously inserted into the pocket. I've been cut off from him for a week. I thought it was okay. And he apologized. Write a guarantee. Even blot the senior in front of me. And I looked at him like that, still soft-hearted. And I forgave him. Forgivable doesn't mean amnesia. This thorn just stuck in my heart. Next month, as long as he replies slowly, if only for a minute I could mention that packet of brown sugar. Why did you soak brown sugar water for which senior again? Finally, in full view of the cafeteria, he jerked the plate in front of him, throw hard on the table. There was a loud bang. Diamond, since you can't cross it, let's say goodbye. I'm a street rat. I don't deserve it. After saying that, he left without looking back. I huddled in the cafeteria chair. Tears fell into the unfinished rice. All night long, I hid under the covers and cried out of breath. Message him like a madman. Beg him not to go. I was wrong. I'll never talk about it again. But he didn't reply at all. This is the first time I knew what it felt like to be broken in love. 1 month after the breakup, I forced myself to forget him. I insist on getting up early every day to wear makeup, put on the best dress. I think in case I meet on the road, I had to show him that I was better off than before. Later I heard that he talked about another senior. But it didn't take long to divide again. He started to update his social profiles frequently, send some sad videos. I also interacted with him, but never spoke. The second semester of freshman year starts within 2 days. He suddenly came to add me to QQ, just in time for the outbreak of the mask period. We each went home to take online classes. He asked me how I was doing. My half-dead heart came alive in an instant. We started talking again as before, even more speculative than before. Through the network cable, we talk about life, talk about ideals, and talk about the future. I found that he really seemed to fit my soul. After returning to school after the mask period is over, we can finally see each other normally. Became the most ordinary and happiest couple on campus. He is kind to me. It's the kind of good that comes at no cost. We are all poor students, but if he has 100 yuan on him, will spend 100 yuan for me without hesitation. I was spoiled by him, have a bad temper. He took it all, every quarrel. It will always be him who bows his head. I thought these days would last forever. Until junior year, graduation is getting closer. I'm afraid graduation season is breakup season. I even have separation anxiety. I looked around because of the distance, and the couple who fell apart. I'm getting more and more flustered. I think long pain is better than short pain. Why don't I kill this relationship first? We were at the off-campus hotel that day. I got into trouble with him again over a trivial matter. The more I talked, the more I got up. Finally blurted out, "Let's break up this weekend. Anyway, you have to divide it after graduation. It's better to break it now." And he froze. The milk tea in his hand slammed down. Then he sprinted to the balcony. The whole person straddles the guardrail. "Lindman, do you have to force me to death? Try again." I was terrified, crying and begging him to come down. He was deadlocked for a few minutes. I finally pulled it back. He sat on the ground holding his head and crying, like a child. Wait until he gets tired. After falling asleep in bed, I looked at his familiar face. My heart is full of contradictions. I love him, but I'm more afraid of the unknown future. The next day he woke up, left without speaking. but I really didn't expect. This time is different. I thought he would come to coax me, come and beg me, but I waited all day, 2 days a week, he didn't have any. I started to panic, can't resist texting him, he just didn't come back, can't meet him at school, occasionally meet and pass by. After I persisted in harassing him for 2 weeks. Finally he blocked me. So I went to my parents' city, they got me a steady job, busy every day, life goes by. School notice to take graduation photos, I made an excuse not to go back. I'm afraid to see his eyes in the crowd. 2 years went by. These 2 years, I put all my energy into my work. Life has smoothed out my edges and bad temper little by little. I started to reflect on myself. Was it too much back then? The more I think about it, the more guilty I feel. The more you think about it, the worse it gets. I haven't contacted anyone in the past 2 years. I always feel sorry for him, afraid that he will not be well, afraid that he would hate me, afraid that he will blame me. I learned from my classmates, scattered to hear about his recent situation. He talked to 3 girlfriends, are short-lived. One greened him. One cost him a lot of money, finally left. Another family wants to get engaged, but he thinks it's too fast. The other party's family does not trust his ability. I suddenly realized, my social media account, his name appears frequently in visitor records. My homepage is blank. He comes to pay attention every now and then cancel. I finally couldn't help but close him down. After a few seconds, his message popped up. Do you get up so early? This is the first sentence we said 2 years apart. We are like long-lost friends. Start a crazy chat, talk about these 2 years of life, chat about each other's recent situation. He said to me, I've been really tired in my relationship for the past 2 years. Scared to hear his tired voice. My heart hurts so much. That guilt reached its peak at this moment. I feel like I owe him. I'm going to make up for him. I secretly bought a plane ticket to his city, annual leave. I wanted to surprise him. I ran downstairs to his company and waited for him. When he saw me, there is an unconcealed shock and a hint of complexity in the eyes. He took me back to the house he rented. We sat side by side on the sofa. We talked for 5 hours. He is still the sunshine in my memory. A little funny boy, can tell bad jokes, they make funny faces. In a familiar atmosphere, I summoned up the courage to ask him, do you know why I'm here this time? He was silent for a moment and said, I know, but Lyman doesn't have to. I was stunned. So he told me, he's had a really bad 2 years. He became obsessed with playing pool. Score chasing is actually a disguised gamble. Lost a lot of money. He is still in debt, he said. I've long forgotten about our past. And we're not in the same city. I said urgently, I can move in. No, you'd better live your own life. So much has happened in the past, it's already turned over. Do you blame me? Blame me for treating you like that? No wonder it was all children who were angry back then. But I still like you. I can accept all of you, no matter how much you owe, no matter how you are, I accept it all. And he looked at me, there is no heat in my eyes. Only peace and helplessness remain. Lyman, I don't like you anymore. We ended up hugging each other that day, gently kiss. That's not a couple's lingering, more like a farewell ceremony, farewell to the youth we can't go back to. On the way back, I'm slowly figuring it out. It turns out that these 2 years are just my obsession. I always feel like he can't let go. I think it's all my fault that he's not having a good time. So I'm afraid to start a new life. I'm afraid I'm sorry for him. But he's already gone. He also told me, graduation year, he wanted to ask his parents for money. Come work with me in my city. But I didn't even give him a chance to speak. He used to beg me, tell me not to go. Now I'm begging him. He said it was unnecessary. I often wonder, if I hadn't done that back then, if we make it through graduation together, would it be different now? But no if. Some people just miss it. I tortured myself for 2 years and a 1,000-kilometer run. I finally bought myself a reason to give up.